that back on. Okay, so the other video is up, and I think everybody's waiting. Yeah. Let's just turn that down a bit. Yeah, so we're using the small ball tonight, and we're going to use it even in the warm-up as well. So let's get started. So we'll start just with lifting and lowering your heels. And then we'll take the feet out wide. I'm going to just do a small knee bend. And then what we're going to do is lift the arms up as you stretch, bring the arms down as the knee bends, like that. And I'll take the arms out wide and bring them arms in. So we're getting a stretch into the chest as well. And then what I'd like you to do is just do a circle with bending the knees. And then change direction. Last one. And then straighten the legs, bring the feet in. Then we're going to take the arms out in front. We do that little stretch we do with the shoulders. And then we bring in those arms down. And then just take the small weights, or you can take slightly heavier, it's up to you. And we're just going to take the arm forward and the other one back. So start firstly sort of with a little bit of a stretch into your side, but you're facing forwards. You want to feel the stretch into the back as well, so you can feel the arms coming up far enough to get the stretch into your shoulders and your back. And then what you're going to do is you're going to add a little bit more of a knee bend and a little bit of a waist twist into it as well, if that makes sense. Good, okay. Last one. And then bring the arms down. And just while we've got these weights, we can just take the arms out to the side and just bring them in and stretch out. And what you could do, you could bring the knees into it a little bit, but it needs to be a bit more of a squat. Actually, we're going to do quite a lot of squats, so I won't push you to do that too much. Last one, and then just bring those shoulders down and roll them. Oops. And while we've got the weights, what could we do? We could just do bringing the elbows together and squeeze out. Last one. Bring the elbows down. And then just holding them to your side, we're just going to lift one knee, bring it down slowly, pulling through the abdominals, just so you get that better contraction into your abs. Bit of concentration, and then finish on this last one. And then we'll do a little bit of triceps. So you can actually take one, or you can put two into one hand if you've got the very light weights, like the 1.5 kilograms. That's a 1 kilogram. And you're going to bend one knee, just put your hands on the thigh, and we're taking that arm behind for the tricep work. And the more you kind of bend forwards, you can bend both legs. The more kind of work you're going to do to the arms because you're slightly lower down. Just making sure it's the push away that does the work in the backs of your arms. Last one, and bring that elbow down, give it a little shake or a little move around, and then we'll take it on to the other side. Got two more. And just roll that shoulder, whatever you need to do. And we just put the weights down for a second. So let's just do a little bit more for the waist. We're going to take the arms back out, and we're going to do the twist that we normally do. Straight away I'm sort of pulling in, stabilising the waist, and then you can feel that there as you twist around. Last one. Bring the arms down. Then we are going to do a bit of neck work. So let's take the hands behind your head first. And you've got that squeeze into the palms. And release. bring the arms down when you finish that one. And we'll do a stretch where we take it just over and just help it a little bit with the hands. Just try and get that stretch down this little area here. Oh, and release. Feel that, can't you? And then take it over to the other side and stretch. And release it when you're ready. Perfect. So let's take our ball. So, starting off with the ball between your thighs, reasonably high up, like that, there. And I'm going to start just with a squat. Release. So you've got a little bit of a squeeze onto the ball. The cat's playing with the dog through the chair. What sometimes I do is I just lift my heels slightly, bring them in a bit just so you can squeeze into that ball. And actually what that helps you to do, squeezing into the ball slightly, is helps me sort of push down into the heels a bit more. Give a little squeeze on the ball if you can. We'll do one more. And then we'll come back up. Just take it out for a second. So next thing, I'm going to do it from the side. We'll do it from a side view. Put the ball back between your thighs. You're going to drop down into your squat again and come back up again. And on this next drop down, what we're going to do, we're going to lift the arms up and then squat. This isn't quite, we're going to do it slightly different in a second. So what we're going to do is, as we come down this time, we're going to lift the heels and just bring the arms up and stay in that position. Oops. And then we're going to lift slightly with the heels raised and then come down with the heels raised. You can do it without the arms. It's quite hard to stay with the heels raised. And then when you come back down, just bring the heels down, squeeze into the ball and come up. That was a funny one, it didn't quite work out. This time, we're going to go into a slight squat, but we're going to have one foot slightly back and one foot slightly forward, and you're just going to come down. So squeeze into the ball. That's it. Squeeze. Keep the ball squeezed. But rather than going forwards, let's try and push down into the bottom. And do whatever you like with the arms. I'll take it away a bit so you can see. And I'm just going to have a quick check how you're getting on. We'll just do two more. And obviously some people can't bend the knees too much for various reasons. Knees seem to be the first things to go as we get older. And then We'll take it to the other side. I don't even remember what side I did. I think it's that way now. So just readjust if you need to. So both knees will bend, but what we're trying to do is keep a squeeze on the ball. And keep the knees stable as well. So you're trying to keep the knees in that same position rather than letting them come inwards. It does kind of stop you from doing that a bit, having the ball there. Last one, this is. And then just shake your legs out. We've got one more. Now I'm trying to think how we did that. Let's try it back again. I'm not sure, I haven't practiced this one. So you're going to slightly take one leg off, or touch the toes, and then you're just going to lift and then low and bring it back. So you lift it off and then come back. Slight bend of the knee, the leg that's supporting. Really, it's quite a bit about balance. You're sort of hinging from the hips if you can. Quite easy. What happens is the ankle wants to come inwards. So we're trying to encourage it to stay outwards, which then and it can just be a very small move. And then we'll just take the ball out for a second, shake the legs, and then remember which leg you did just work and take the other one back. So it's funny, isn't it? Because one side's always a lot harder. This one's a lot harder. So we're trying to hinge from the hips, but keep the knees slightly bent. Squeeze the thighs together as well. This will be your last one. It's a bit of a challenge, isn't it? So that's that. We'll leave the ball for later. We're definitely going to be using it when we're down on the floor. And I think we will come down to the floor in a few seconds. Just thinking, is there anything else I'd like to do? I'll tell you what I would like to do, is I'd like to do our calf stretch. So we generally bring the blocks, actually we only need one, don't we? Because if you just do it like that, you're not really going to get a stretch. So you want one down, one foot at the back that's on the, let's just come over here so you can see it better. And we've got the heel on the floor, and then we've got the other foot leaning forwards, leg leaning forwards and the knees bent. But this back leg, the knees straight. And we're just literally just going to hold that stretch. And actually, and I'll tell you what we could do is lift the heel and then lower back down, push the bottom behind you. Feel that stretch and then lift the heel. Bring the heel down. Go into your stretch. That should feel quite a strong stretch in the calves. Last one. And lift the heel up. Right, you've done one leg, and then we're going to do the other leg. Let's try that one. So leaning forwards. You probably feel quite tight because you've obviously got a bit of bit of a lift, so you can get a much deeper stretch. Lift up, bring it down, lean forwards, push the bottom behind, and breathe. And then just release off. And that, you should feel the benefits of that. It's even helpful with regard to your knees as well. So let's bring everything down onto our mats. Yep. Let's bring this forward. See how I'm going to bring that down a bit. There you go. That's okay. Perfect. Okay. So just bring everything down. You can bring your weights if you want to. Just going to change that. Have a quick drink if you need it. Okay, so we're going to start in all fours position. We're going to start with some basic exercises, and then I'm going to bring the ball into it. It's going to be quite an interesting, there's quite an interesting exercise to do. Just with a bit of practice, it can be quite wobbly. So, yeah, I'll leave that there to remind me. And we'll start with our basics first. So in our all fours position, we are going to tuck that tummy under a little bit. We're going to go into our shoulder blade dip. So letting the shoulder blades come in towards each other and then pushing them away as you lift. All the time we've got that little lift in the tummy and the belly button, so the back doesn't look arched. Should look pretty straight. Then we're going to stretch back just for a second. Come back into all fours, and from this position we're going to stretch into that straight leg, full plank, pull up through the abdominals, then come back down, then go up with this different foot, pull up, and come back down. You can stay up longer if you want to. Just keep going with that for a second. Last one this will be, and now because you've used your wrists for a bit, we're going to come back and have a little stretch. And I think what we'll do, hot, and I can't open the door because we can't let the cat out. It's a long story. We'll do this stretch where we take the arm up and then we dive through, so it's our thread needle. think we'll just do one more on this side and then I'll move it over to the other. So when you're ready, change over to the other side. It's a good stretch for the shoulder. And then the opposite as you come down. So this will be your last one. And then feel free just to have a stretch back if you need to. And then when right in this position, it's quite nice to just take the backs of the hands just very lightly onto the floor. So you can stretch the fingers and then go onto the backs of your hands, just very lightly. Don't push too hard. And stretch into the fingers. We neglect our feet and our toes and our hands and our fingers. Okay. Right, let's try this one. No, let's try the basic exercise and then we'll try it with ball. You can see what the difference, how it feels. So we're coming back into all fours position and we've got a little tuck under the tummy as normal, and we're going to take one leg out. I'm going to lift and lower, bring it in and then stretch and lift, but we're trying to maintain a reasonably stable hip area, which isn't the easiest to do. And when you're ready, just stretch back. And then we'll go on to the other side. Get you prepared for the ball exercise. Just see how it feels at the moment. You know, you can feel a little bit unstable, but it's reasonably easy to keep balanced without going over too much. I'm keeping my leg, I'm not actually stretching and straightening my leg. Last one, so it should be working into the glutes. And then come back, give the wrists a rest, give them a shake if you need to. So let's try it. I'm going to take the ball. Now it kind of all depends, because these balls I've had for quite a few years now, so they've lost a bit of air out of them, which is the best thing that can happen. You don't want them too full. So if you have got one that's larger than the normal size that we use, and it's quite pumped up, you might struggle with this, and you might not be able to do it. And what you're going to do, if you've got a little bit of flatness, air taken out of it, you're going to put your knee on the ball, and you're going to keep your toes on there as well. And just have a little play around first, see how that feels. So what we're aiming to do is to lift the leg and come back. So you might just want to do a little lift first, or you might just continue with just a little lift, because what we're aiming to do is just really try and keep this knee as stable as possible. And again, think about pulling up through the abdominals. That will help work the core area. You're going to have to tuck those toes under on the leg that's on the ball. And the aim is stabilise the ball in the knee as much as possible. Let's see how you're getting on. That's not looking too bad actually, for those of you using it. I think the thing is the balls are, you can have the rest now. The balls are all different as well, aren't they? So it would depend on the size, the amount of air in it, to how kind of easy or hard, how much you struggle with it. Anyway, let's try the other side and see how you get on. Make sure that the knees under the hips, tuck the toes under, and just get used to it first. You can always come back to make sure your knees on the floor before you stretch away again. Onto the abs. Oh, it's hot work. Last one. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, just come down and stretch. You probably feel that in the wrists. There's quite a lot of pressure on the wrists though, don't you think? So, we've got some more to do on our backs. But I think what we'll do is we'll do some side work first with the ball. And you don't have to use it in the side work if you don't want to, but I'm going to. So we'll come down and do some work. I'm too hot. I don't know whether the cat wasn't in the room, I would open the door and it would be lovely. Okay, so you come into your stretch position. We'll start off just with your leg circles. So we've got a nice stretch, we're lifting under the waist slightly, and we're going to circle. Now she's coming back, so there's no way I can open the door. Oh gosh. She caught a little blue tit this morning, a baby, a fledgling, and we managed to get it from her, and we've had her in all day since. We put it back outside, and it did disappear, but we're not sure where or what happened. We're hoping that it flew away. Okay, change direction, and so she's not allowed out until tomorrow. And we'll make that your last one. Just bring the leg down. So you remember with the ball, some people hate doing it this way, but if you liked doing it, we put the ball underneath behind the knee. And it's quite hard to keep it squashed in there. So what we're going to do is squash into it a little bit. We're going to go knee to knee. Let's try and make it easy, and toes to toes. You've got to keep it squashed. So yeah, it is a bit of a challenge. I didn't try this one earlier. I'm going to have to stretch it, but I can almost feel like we're going to get, what do you call it? Cramp. That's the name. If it gets too much, just take it, just remove it. Last one. And then just take it out for a second. Just take the leg forward if you need to give yourself a burst, you can do. And we'll try one more. Well, let's try something without it first, and then we can go back to it afterwards. So I'm thinking straight leg, top leg, and flexed foot, and lift and lower. Another little stretch under your waist. Pointing the foot down slightly. Last one. Bring that forward, give yourselves a pat. Ooh. And then we'll just try, if you want, with the ball behind the knee. And what you're going to do is just bring the knee up and then take it back. So we're going to try and keep the hips stable as we bring it up. Last one. And then just release everything. Give yourselves a pat. That's all we're going to do on that side. And we'll do the same, obviously, on the other side. So start with those leg circles. And a little lift onto the waist. And then change direction. And bring the leg down. This is where we take the ball behind your knee, and we're going to do our knees to knee, knee to knee, toes to toes. It's quite hard to keep hold of it, especially when it's getting hot as well. Last one. I couldn't keep hold of it. And then stretch that leg away. And when you're ready, just keep an eye on how you're lying. And flex the feet, flex the foot, lift and lower. Lift under the waist again a little bit. Last one. You probably felt that. And give yourselves a little pat again around the glute area. And then there's just this last bit where we're going to bring the knee in and back. And just do a couple more of those if you can. And then once you've finished those, come onto your back. We'll do a glute stretch first, actually. Feels like we need it straight away. So take the right leg over the left and just encourage the knee away from you. So even if you have to keep the foot on the floor. Oh. Thinks he's missing out. Poor little doggy. I can feel cramp coming in tonight. And change it over to the other side. and release. Excellent, just stretch the legs. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take, I shouldn't have worn this t-shirt, I feel like this is in the way. We're going to take the ball under your back. Now we're not going to lift the feet off, because I know some of you have never really enjoyed that side of things. So it's under sort of the bottom and the lower back, slightly on the bottom and slightly on the lower back. And we're going to put it through the abdominals, stabilise the hips, and you're going to lift the leg up as if you're going to go into tabletop, and then bring it down. Change over to the other side. Come slowly down, just try and keep the stabilisation on the ball. If you can't, then just go a bit more slowly, or don't go up so high with your leg. Last one on each side. Lift the back and take it out. Okay, so next thing, we're going to take the ball between your thighs, a little bit of a squeeze, and then when you're ready, squeeze your bottom as well and lift. And then just lowering back down first of all, just through the vertebrae. Then squeeze the glutes up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then just squeeze into the ball. Actually, it might make that a little bit further up. That's it. Squeeze and release. So you're going to lift and lower just slightly. Squeeze into that ball, so that's working into your inner thigh area as well. And roll back down. Whew. Let's just stretch each leg. And we do one more lift. So we're going to lift up. We're going to lift the heels and lift the toes, heel toes. While trying to sort of maintain that hip lift. Last one. And roll back down through the vertebrae, straight to the legs. Actually, remove the ball first, straight to the legs. We've got one more exercise with the ball. Before we do that, or shall we do it now? Yeah, we'll do it now actually. So what we're going to do, we might have to come up to seated, because you're going to place it under our shoulders. So I was fiddling about a bit with this, so you just might have to do a bit of a fiddle to make sure that you get it into the right place. Because what we're looking for is not too low down, kind of almost coming to the top of your neck. And you might need you might need to push yourselves back a little bit. So it's now between my shoulders. So actually it's more than top of the neck, between the shoulders. And what you're going to do is you're going to stretch a little bit. If you've got a poorly neck, then just be careful, keep yourselves really, keep your head and your neck really supported with the hands. So you're going to stretch like this, back a bit, and then you're going to pull in through the abdominals and lift. So you stretch. So you breathe in and then breathe out. So you should feel a really good pull into your abdominals, but also a good stretch into the rib cage, into your back. Try not to, I just tensed up my neck then, so try and tense into your tummy as you come forwards. And this will all depend on how your neck's feeling. If it's not feeling good, then please remove and just do your normal ab prep. So we'll just do a couple more. You have to let me know what you think of that. I know not everybody's done that, so I know obviously lots of people do have. And I'm surprised I can do it, to be honest, because my neck normally plays up. Probably feel it tomorrow instead. Okay. So we're going to do a bit more abdominal work, and we're going to do dead bug, which is a great one for the deep abdominals. So set yourself up. We'll start with the feet down, but we'll come up into tabletop quite quickly. So just getting the position really and imprinting the back. And then we're taking opposite arm to leg, but always keeping that back printed. So only take the legs as far as, oh actually I forgot one, I forgot to do something. Oh, I'll have to think about that. Okay, let's take the feet up into tabletop. Now back imprinted, quite, I was going to say severely, that's the wrong word, but you just don't want that back to lift. So only go to where you feel. You can keep the back imprinted. And you can slow it down if you're finding you need to really concentrate on what you're doing. Last one on each side, and then just bring the knees in. And we're going to try something. I'm not going to use the ball, although actually I think probably the ball is easier, but anyway. We're going to come up into a tabletop position, and what the exercise was is having the ball under your back and then just keeping it imprinted. So make sure your hands are on your hips and you're just taking the feet down towards the floor to only as far as you can go before the back lifts. For me, I can't get my feet to the floor. So you can try that if you want to with the ball under your back, or as it is. I know there's probably half and half. You've got to really stabilise. I'd only do one more actually because it is quite a strong exercise. Brilliant, okay, and then bring the knees into your chest. And we're going to just bring the feet together, take the arms out to the side and just do a nice stretch over to one side. Head can go opposite, head and neck, just so you get a better stretch. And then when you're ready, lifting it up into the middle for our hip rolls. Don't know where the time's gone. back into the middle, nice and slow, over to the other side. So we just do one more time on each side. And come up into the middle. And what we're going to do, just take the feet a bit closer, just roll up into another bridge without the ball. Come all the way down, put the feet together, take the knees out a little bit and then roll up. And squeeze a couple of times. Squeeze up and then roll back down through the vertebrae as much as you possibly can, and stretch the legs, point and flex a few times. Then just come up seated however you want to. Whew. Just take it slowly. And then just come into seated position. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Brilliant. It's been a slightly different one today, isn't it? I would say. That's how it feels anyway. You have to let me know what you think. So we're going to roll each shoulder a couple of times. Make sure you get that really up to the ears and then just relax it. Have a little shake. Stretch the arms out as far as they'll go and then take a breath in. And breathe out. Relax the shoulders, then another breath in. And breathe out. And I'm going to give you a big clap. Well done. Thank you. Ooh, coming up. Thank you very much.